Okay, so our first question is on the rhythm. This is from the 2020 sample paper. So over here, I've shown how these time signatures can be broken into the main beats. Obviously 2/4 is 2 crotchet beats, 7/8 is 7 quavers. You could have the 4 quavers first and then the 3 after that, it doesn't matter, but they are 7 quavers. And then 5/8 is 5 quavers. Again, these can be rearranged where you have the group of 2 first and then 3. So looking at this here, we've got a group of demi-semi-quavers, so that adds up to a half, and these two add up to another half, which is a crotchet. So I know straight away it's not going to be the 2/4 time. So we're obviously looking now at either the 7/8 or the 5/8, and once we know that, we can just count up how many quavers are actually in the bar. As I said, this group of 4 equals 1 already, so that's 1. This is a quaver, these two fit into another quaver. We've got 1 quaver here, and the dot and this one add up to another quaver, so now we have 5. So our answer in this one is the 5/8. This is exercise B. We've got 2 separate groupings of notes. So we've all of these in one group and we have these in a triplet here on this one. So I know by looking at this and when I see 3 under the quavers, I'm thinking crotchet beats, but let's have a look at our options here. 2, 4, 5 quavers in the bar. And then our next grouping is the 9/16, which is semi-quavers. We've 9 of them in the bar and they are grouped together in groups of 3s. So there's 1 group, 2 and 3, and they're dotted quaver beats. So the main beats in 16 is dotted quavers. This is worth a crotchet, which is say 2 quavers. And we have 1 quaver here in this little grouping. And we have another quaver in this little grouping here. So as you can see, that is 4 quavers basically in the bar. And so that rules out our 5/8. And if we look at our 9/16, we should have 3 groupings there. So we can tell by the way that the notes are grouped together, firstly, that it's not that. And so in this one, our correct time signature would be the 2/4. In our last example here then, and then it looks like a group here together, and then another group here. So I've 7/8, we've got 6/8, which is 2 groups of 3 quavers together. And the big beats there for that bar would be 2 separate dotted crotchets. We have 3/4, which is 3 crotchet beats. If you count out the quavers here, one of our options here was 7, and obviously that's not going to fit now because we've only ended up with 6. These two often cause problems because you could say that there's 6 quaver beats in 3/4 as well, but the important thing to remember is the grouping. So like I said here, in this one there's 2 distinct groups of 3 and we keep them separate like that, whereas in 3/4 if there were 6 quavers, I can group the 6 quavers together. So that looks quite different to your groupings in 6/8. And when it comes down to it, that's what we're going to look at, is the grouping of the notes. At the very start I did bigger picture image and I zoomed out to see the groupings, and because I've already counted out the quavers, I can tell that this is actually like that and this one is actually like that. And so with that time signature, it has to be the 6/8.